goodness, it's episode 1. Drop the beat. However you are listening, thanks for listening. Shane Still Talking Podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, etc. However you are listening, once again, thanks for listening to just another millennial dad bod and his things. Anyway, you're listening, it's good stuff, and we're glad to have you tuned in. The Shane Still Talking Podcast from the jump, y'all. In partnership with Kaleidoclasm.art Studios. Visit Kaleidoclasm.art for prints, unique pieces. Right now, you can shop and scroll there while listening right here. Let's get into it, shall we? If you enjoy this conversational, super chill content, I can hook you up with some unique stuff from Kaleidoclasm in time. Just follow along and weigh in. I'll make you part of this show even. If you like, you can send anything you're thinking about as you're listening, any random thoughts, shower thoughts as they call them, just random things that come across your mind. Send them over to shanestilltalking@gmail.com. I'll get in on maybe letting you weigh in on some of the things we talk about. You can send audio, text, suggestions, anything you like. Just send them over there, shanestilltalking@gmail.com. Follow Shane Still Talking on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or sub on YouTube for highlights of anything we do here. I would love to hear your thoughts, your comments, your suggestions. Send them my way. We'll get them on the show. Now, why in the wide world of sports or the wide world of the internet would we even do a show like this? Well, it's not necessarily a full-on, formatted show. It's called Shane Still Talking because my day job is an AM/FM DJ. Small town radio. Supporting small businesses is something that's definitely, I guess, in the forefront of the things that I aspire to do professionally. Big box stores, the humongous things like Amazon and Walmart and things like that. I mean, I am an Arkansan, so I totally get it. I totally get it. It's part of being from here to support Walmart more passionately, I guess, than most people in the world. But there are people out there. There are families. There are individuals that are trying to make a living for themselves, doing things that they're passionate about. And that's something that I want to make this a platform for. This very thing you're listening to. I want to be sure that people out there that are trying to sell their art, sell their creativity, sell their wares. Maybe even you're a small tradesman owning your own brand. Something like electrician, like a carpenter, something like that. I know you guys out there that are small town tradesmen are more passionate about what you do and doing them the right way. Probably more than any CEO of a big box store anywhere, more than a Lowe's, more than a Home Depot. I know you want to be able to do those things the right way. And this audio is going to be something that you can use to help spread the word about the awesome things that you do. So get in on it. If you're wanting to use this audio format for, growing your business, reach out to me, man. We'll grow together. Typically, this show will be a 30-minute offering. And it's going to be weekly, too. I'll randomly, switch on some video. We'll share some of the things we talk about on the interwebs. Get your business out there. Get this show out there. Again, I want to grow with you. Yeah, it's not just like a thing. Apparently every other white 30 something on the planet that's a dude, some millennial dad bought out there in addition to myself, is probably got their own podcast. And I commend you. You're putting the work in. Let's do that thing. This podcast in particular is something I'm very passionate about. I'll be 40 next year, y'all. 40. And it still kind of blows my mind a little bit that, I even made it that far. With that being said, I will share some of the wild stories from my past on here. Like, you wouldn't believe some of the things. I try to say that, like, I have seen 5 lifetimes in the 39 years I've been on this planet. Like, you would not believe some of the things that I've seen and I've been through. I mean, you do the math. I've been married for, I'm not even 40 yet, so pre-40 years on this planet. I've been married for 17 years. I have a yours, mine, and ours family of a 19-year-old, male and female, and then another 15-year-old. Unbelievable stuff, y'all. I've seen a lot. I've been a bartender in the nightclubs, in fancy-do beverage service, and everything that comes with that. If there's a story to go with that, I can promise you I've seen it. Here in my home studio, but all of this equipment, anything that records what we're talking about here today can travel. Have Mike will travel. Definitely. I would love to come see you. You got a new business out there and you want to get in on these wild stories, hit me up. ShaneStillTalking@gmail.com. This is the pilot. This is just the jump off point. Very passionate about the outdoors as well. Not just small businesses like we talked about the progression of times, the advent of technology before anything, and I guess we're kind of using it now. All of those topics, everything's on the table. The transition to maybe within the next few years, women's sports, just as important and just as monetarily ludicrous as men's sports. Could it even be a thing? I'd love to talk to you about it. Hit me up, ShaneStillTalking@gmail.com. This is just our pilot episode. We're going to run about 12 to 15 minutes here today. These will be 30-minute episodes. Dad stuff, nerd stuff, the change in society and societal norms. Man, raising a family in the days of the prominence of social media, something I never would have believed that I would be dealing with. If you got thoughts, you got some things you'd like to weigh in on, this is your platform. I'll continue to be here for you. I'll be continuing to be here with you and giving you a platform to get some things off your chest. Man, a lot of things to talk about. It's wild. There's going to be no dude bro podcasting going on here that you have to subscribe, you have to play the latest video game to weigh in on it. You have to be an influencer. You have to shop at the most elite boutiques in, the United States. You gotta find the place in LA. Watch the latest thing that's important to somebody. No, there's none of that. Absolutely none of that. The Shane Still Talking podcast coming to you weekly for the foreseeable future. I love to have your support. I would love to have you listening just as often as you choose. You got some extra time, got some things to get off your chest. You just want to listen to me ramble for 30 minutes once a week. Man, this is the place to do it. This is the place to do it. However you're listening, thanks for listening. Shane's Still Talking Podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, even TikTok. As long as it's there, I guess. As long as it's there. Thank you to my friends Daniel Freeman, Corey Freeman, and the babies at Kaleidoclasm. Check them out, Kaleidoclasm.art, for prints and unique pieces. You may even get some sweet stuff available exactly nowhere else, just for supporting that art studio. More to come on the Shane's Still Talking Podcast. Peace.